Hi, this is Noma Dimitri walking around a trail in somewhere in the French Alps. I'm at about altitude 1000 in an area where there are still many old villages. One of the things that differentiates walking in European nature versus North American nature is, of course, the amount of wildlife. There is nothing like the US and Canada in terms of northern hemisphere wildlife in Europe. Nothing. You go to the wildest park in France or Germany or anywhere you want, you will never find the kind of diversity and quantity of animals that exist in the US or Canada. Not even close, not even near. I mean, France is still a country where people are excited to see a squirrel. So that should tell you something. The thing that is phenomenal here, however, that we don't have in North America is the link with history, is culture, and that is also true. Go to any place, any high mountain, any outdoor place oh, interruption. I see a hellebore behind me in bloom, actually, in the middle of winter. Let's take a break and look at it. This is the hellebore. I think it pretty much exists in all countries and all kind of northern climates. It's one of the few plants that flowers in the winter. So here she is, and you can see it's a pretty one. This is the flower actually. It's a complex structure, and it grows right out of the debris of the leaves. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It is complete. I shouldn't really be touching it. I want to touch it to show. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you see, it's a little bit extraterrestrial, very pretty, very complicated structure, and it waits until everything else is pretty much dead and on the ground, and then it blooms. The reason I said I should not touch it is because the whole damn thing is toxic. So don't touch it, and if you touch it, don't stick your fingers in your mouth because it's toxic. Back to subject. So I was saying the great recompense of the European kind of wildland is the culture with history. The fact that these mountains and these places have been inhabited for centuries. Where I am right now, a stone's throw away from me, there's a 14th century church. So we're talking about 500 years or more of continuous human habitation in these lands. No wonder there are no animals. I mean, there are animals, but it's nothing like the US. I mean, they're like, I don't know, there are 100 wolves in France or something like that. Okay, 100 wolves in France. I mean, you go to Yosemite and there are 100 coyotes in the parking lot. Okay, so huge difference. So what you get is you get villages and you get people that have been here forever and have cultivated the land, etc., etc. But the other bonus is that as you walk around the forests, you see old ancient infrastructures. For example, I'm here and there's a fantastic canal that probably dates 500 years ago. I mean, has been worked on and improved. So here it is. You're going to see, we're here in the forest. I am walking on this. And I'm on a path, and this is a canal. It's dry right now, but it's actually the ancient irrigation that they used since the Middle Ages to irrigate their fields. Now, this has been worked on for years. There you can see it all through. Voila, there you can see it through the trees. So it has been worked on and improved for years and years and years and years. So we're not seeing the original structure, but this original structure probably started somewhere around the Middle Ages. I'll show it to you again from the other side. So here it goes again. You can see it, voila, there you go. So I'm on a little bridge right now, and there's the canal, and it kind of winds its way through the forest along the path. So as I walk along, here is that, and in the summer, through a system of sluices, the villagers send the water along these very high mountains, and I'll show you in a second how high we're talking, to their fields to irrigate. So when I say high, I mean quite high. The mountains in this particular valley go up to 4,000 meters, and that's about 12,000 feet. So that's pretty high. What do these fields that we're talking about that are being cultivated look like? Well, here's one. And that's another big difference with the US. They're tiny. So here is a field that's under cultivation in the summer by the people in this valley. So you see, this is the perimeter. Then the thing drops off in the river. The river is just underneath there, and it goes on until there, the very end, and that's it. This is a field. It's like two tennis courts. In the US, you would not see a field this size being part of any kind of agriculture and farmer. It's just too small. But people here still do it because they've been doing it for generations. It belongs, the land belongs to them. It's belonged to them forever. And that is very typical in France, is that one family to have, let's say, 20 or 30 of these small tennis court sized fields to cultivate, spread all over the place. And these were gifts for marriages, exchanges, who knows what it is. But most of the people in these valleys, basically, if you can think of these valley bottoms as being checkerboards, chessboards, they have different small parcels distributed all over the place of these little fields. Anyway, that's your update from the French Alps. This is Noma Dimitri. Happy winter.